Howdy y'all, welcome back. This is part 5 of Kentucky Route Zero. We're beginning Act 2. Attention Lula Chamberlain. Subject, your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total. And regrettably, we can only award one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your obedient servant, Robert? Lula folds the letter up and puts it in her handbag. Lula opens a folder on her desk labeled Proposals. Sorts through the documents. All printed on fading letterhead reading Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal number 1, site, hospital. Proposed use, auto dealership. Proposal 2, site, distillery. Proposed use, graveyard. You know, I bet the people there are in high spirits. Proposal 3, site, basketball court. Proposed use, kennel. Review Proposal 2. Distillery still active, but scaling down operation to less than half of site. Distillery built on top of graveyard initially. Hybrid distillery graveyard could share resources. Chapel, once repurposed into bottling facility, could be repurposed into chapel. Lula stamps the proposal endorsed. Proposal 1, hospital, auto dealership. Okay. Hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealer sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle-style administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms. Opposed. Britt clears his throat. Busy? It's not important. Oh, okay, great. Really great. I mean, sorry, that's not what I meant. Did you get my note? About the proposals? I've just finished them. Oh, great. Okay, I'll tell Diane. Think she's waiting on... I don't know. So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Act 2, Scene 1. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Okay, so we're back to Shannon Conway and the dog. End of the line? Maybe it's still under construction. Well, work seems to have stopped for the moment. Didn't we just pass this place? I don't think the Zero operates like the roads we're used to. I don't understand it either. So, what is this place? Looks like an office building. Hey, Spooky Cat Kevin, thank you for the alert. Yeah, an office building. In a cathedral? This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? Both. Huh, okay. Very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. I see a fishing rod. There's an underground flowing river. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. Want to settle a bet? I'm actually pretty busy, but sure. What's up? Can you be both inside and outside at the same time? Wow. Okay. Is that like a philosophy thing, or are you just lost? I guess it is a bit philosophical. Okay. I wouldn't say you're dressed like a philosopher. I wouldn't say so either. Just a hobby then. I get it. I take care of the heating and cooling here. I watch the front desk, but at home, I do watercolors. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. Saw your truck and thought, but you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. What is this place? Well, it's clear you're new to the territory. I expect you just mean to be passing through. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Dogwood? Nope. You're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first, we've got to get you in the system. So you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now let's see. Rick has booked up proofreading drafts all afternoon, and Wanda's out on a site. Let me make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There are some books over there in the waiting area, or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? The television is playing, but looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell in awkward shape must have once belonged to a different crab. The television is playing an instructional video on elevator design. It is crucial to maintain proper lighting in elevator. The absence of sight, passenger sense of motion is greatly enhanced. The passenger should never feel as though they are physically ascending or descending. The elevator should create the illusion that the building is flat. This is the mark of a successful elevator design. Oh, good. Thought you'd left. People can be so impatient, you never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back to the left there, 5th floor. Three books are piled on the table. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. The envelope reads, Bureau of Secret Tourism. Contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Cheerful, tinny elevator music plays. She's on the 5th floor, right? Conway scans a column of elevator buttons. Okay, I know it's not what I'm supposed to click, but 3rd floor says bears. 3rd floor, bears. Like, what do you expect me to do when there's an option labeled bears? Okay, it was very literal. Exactly. Like, I love how they're all just looking at me like I've intruded their space. Like, get a load of this guy. Doesn't he know that this floor is for bears? The elevator ding just does it. She's on the 5th floor, right? 5th floor, diagrams and drafts. Record skipping. Beethoven Symphony No. 3 plays on the record player. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers on a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. Sorry, we're looking for a ingestion clerk? Oh no, I'm an interior spatial analyst. I can't help you with that. I think the ingestion clerks have all gone home for the night. Lula might be able to help you. She's pretty senior. You just missed her, actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She's probably back at her real desk right now, on the 1st floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which... I swear, we're going to go to the 1st floor, and then they're going to tell us, oh, you just missed her. She's on the 2nd floor. You go, 2nd. Oh, you just missed her. She's on the 4th. And she's going to be on the 3rd floor with the bears. First floor, clerk's offices. Hello? Are you lost? We'll give her Lula Chamberlain. Oh, no, she's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first so we don't waste any of Miss Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Metzen about that. Just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. And that's Lula right there. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. Just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. Oh, no, ingestion card. Okay. That's okay. Just go talk to Clerk Bohm first. He'll get you set up with one. Clerk Bohm is just over there in the corner. Happy to help. Howdy. Here for an ingestion card? No problem. Probably just see some papers on his desk. Happy to help. He opens a few folders and quickly closes them. Looks like I'm out. But I know there's some back in the archive. You'll have to put in a special request with Kirk McMillan. She's the document czar. Straight back at the end of the office there by the file cabinets. This is just a runaround. Where's Lula Chamberlain? Oh, no, that's her right there in the cardigan. Having fun in the paperclip labyrinth? Well, made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat. My ankles are turning on me. No, you're not. How stoic. Or is it romantic? Are you a suffering artist? Oh, I'm no artist. Good for you. It's a tedious pursuit, rewarded by an arsenal of useless skills and a touch of arthritis. Dr. Truman says my joints are eroding one another. They've been collaborating for decades. It's only natural they want to kill each other now. Well, enough about my hateful wrists and ankles. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? We're looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. That's funny. Do you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? This was years ago. Grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. Had a few roommates. We all worked at the university, had a dog, drank whiskey and beer, and made sculptures. But that Dogwood was a surface road. A name like that it would have to be. What are you doing on the Zero? Gas station attendant told us we need to take the Zero to get here. Gas station attendant. I see. Friendly old man, about my age. Hangs out with an old cat. Likes to pretend he's a poet. His name is Joseph. Do you know him? Joseph and I used to work together. We lived together. We were friends. That was a long time ago. We haven't spoken in years. Do you know why he's pointed you this way? It's because he's still in love with me, of course. And now he's implicated you. Quite inconsiderately. And in your condition, it's appalling. So Joseph with one of the names from the art thing in the recording. So, I'm very sorry for wasting your time, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. Get over yourself. Lula pauses, taken aback. Well, I guess that's fair. All right. Maybe I can help you. For Joseph. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before. But now we have these databases, and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity. So it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive. Another might be Large-Leafed Dogwood Drive or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. One of them is still just Dogwood Drive, or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. Do you have a record of these streets? I expect we must. They'll be up in the Archives and Records, 4th floor. We filed under 0 for autonyms, or possibly G for generic, maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. Archives and Records. Just past the Bears. I like how they all look at the elevator door as you pass. Oh no, this is bad. This filing system looks horrible. This place is a mess, okay? Hmm. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes? I'll just start digging. Small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just a list of titles, names, and dates. Document staff, please do not transfer any more records from storage unit until we get these new file cabinets. We're up to F, and that'll have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities begin with the letter A, B, C, D, or F. For activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc. But air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. Several documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots. A single set of documents related to coal mining operations were checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Failing antique shop. Folders missing. Listed checked in on page 63 but not present. Check-in. Failing antique shop. Monday 3 p.m. Signee Ed Bohm. Failing antique shop folder missing. Listed on page 63 but not present. Okay, I skipped over 14. Nope, I read that one. Okay. Put the logo. Nothing? Me neither. Half these boxes aren't even labeled. The rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet. Couldn't find anything with an O, G, or an S. Maybe that clerk knows somewhere else we can look. So the clerk is upstairs on the 5th floor. Accidental misclick. We'll deal with it. Okay, immediately go back up. Poor Conway, his leg must be killing him. That didn't help. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, it must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this venue somewhat recently. It's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago. Can you believe it? Then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. That's where you'll find the street name records I expect at the church. Marianne at reception give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files. We'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs. I know he works at night. His home office is a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. It's an impressive throw. I know it's a silly little thing, but I think it's really cute. Get what you need? Lewis said you could direct us to the church? Oh, sure. The old storage lot. Just get back on the zero and drive until you hit the crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. I think... I'm thinking about how much longer I plan on going today. I think when we get to the church, I will end this recording and probably end stream. It's time to go. Okay, the bureau's still there. I was curious. Okay, so it wasn't there. The bureau wasn't there on second lap. Isocohedron. Cathode ray. The bottle. The TV. The C note. The pipe organ. The crystal. Esoteric excursions for the intrepid and curious. All directions start from the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. These tunnels are a series of arterials excavated by runoff from an underground river which long ago evaporated. Now the tangled vessels of maroon echoes. Drive clockwise until you reach the feather. Pause for a moment to consider the cave walls. First direction, drive counterclockwise till you hit the birdhouse. Turn around again, and you're almost upon it. To return, simply find the feather again, and turn around. The Dykesman Gallery. Hey, you're looking kind of tired there, old man. Want me to take the wheel for a bit? Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. I didn't realize that was going to be an auto drive. Act 2, Scene 2. St. Thomas's Church. Okay, guys. Here is where I'm going to leave y'all. I'm going to end the video now, and I will see you on the next episode.